This video is going to answer a question someone wanted to know, are those granola bars keto friendly? Decided just to do a whole video just on this one topic because, when you look on the label, it says it's 100% natural. They have these beautiful image that you're in the farm. It's natural. It's oats and honey. I mean, come on, that sounds healthy. There's nuts, almonds, there's walnuts, there's peanuts, and there's no artificial flavoring or colorings, okay? So that sounds pretty darn healthy to me. But if you actually read the label, you'll notice that there's whole oats. Whole oats are obviously a little bit better than refined oats, but they're still a carbohydrate. And the second ingredient is sugar. Now, anytime you read the back of the label and you read the ingredients at the first and second and third pretty much make up the majority of that product. So we have a good amount of oats and we have a good amount of sugar. Then we have canola oil. This is omega-6 and it's GMO. And omega-6 fatty acids can be inflammatory. They're pro-inflammatory, which can worsen insulin resistance and create problems. Yellow corn flour is the next ingredient. It's very high in the glycemic index. It's going to turn into sugar pretty quickly. And then you have soy flour. It's probably going to be GMO because unless it's organic, it's going to be GMO. And then they add more sugar as brown sugar syrup. We got baking soda and natural flavoring. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 out of the 8 ingredients are going to affect your blood sugars. So the sugars total about 29 grams per serving with added sugar of 12 grams. That's 3 teaspoons of added sugar in 2 bars. So that would be 1 serving size because I think they come in 2 bars per package. Now, at the very bottom, it says carbohydrate choice 2. I had to look up what that meant. And this is a rating scale. And I think it was developed by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Now, if you're choice 1, that's like 15 grams of sugar. And I think it goes up to 5, maybe it goes higher, but this relates to kind of a point system with carbohydrates. Now, when I started to look into this is what they recommend. For men, you can have between 4 and 5, which comes out to 60 to 75 grams of carbs per meal, okay? So that's a lot of carbohydrates. But if you're a female, it's 3 to 4, so that's 45 grams to 60 grams of carbs per meal. Now, also on the same document, they're talking about a diabetic. And so if you're a diabetic, they're still allowing these as long as you take your medication to control your blood sugars. And so their suggestion is to maintain that carb level so it doesn't throw off your medication, because if you're taking less carb, you're going to need less medication. Isn't the goal to have less blood sugars? So why would you want to add more carb so you have to take more medication to regulate this excessive amount of carb? So anyway, these somewhat natural granola bars might appear to be very, very natural, and maybe they are, but there sure is a lot of carbohydrate, and it's not keto friendly. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into
every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto and Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.